Good morning, and welcome to your news update. We begin with escalating trade tensions as President Donald Trump has reignited concerns with new tariff threats. Just hours before scheduled trade talks with the European Union, Trump threatened a massive 50% tariff on all goods imported from the EU, set to begin on June 1st. He also specifically targeted iPhones not made in America, threatening at least a 25% import tax. This comes after Trump had previously announced a 20% tariff on EU goods, which he then temporarily halved to 10% to allow for negotiations. However, in a social media post, he stated our discussions with them are going nowhere. While the EU has not yet formally responded, analysts, like Berg from the Center for European Reform, suggest this might be a tactic to gain leverage before the talks. However, Berg believes the EU will remain steadfast. Trump's protectionist policies, aimed at boosting U.S. manufacturing and jobs, have consistently caused global market jitters. Following these latest threats, U.S. and EU markets saw declines, with Apple shares also falling over 2%. The EU is a significant trading partner for the U.S., with over $600 billion in goods sent to the U.S. last year, compared to about $370 billion in U.S. exports to the EU. Trump has long criticized this trade imbalance, particularly concerning cars and agricultural products. The EU, along with countries like China and Canada, has indicated it's prepared to retaliate with its own tariffs on U.S. products. U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, speaking to Fox News, expressed hope that Trump's threat would light a fire under the EU to offer more concessions. However, European officials, including French Foreign Minister Laurent Saint-Martin and Dutch Prime Minister Dick Schoof, have emphasized de-escalation while remaining ready to respond. Separately, Trump also reiterated his desire for Apple to manufacture its iPhones in the U.S., following a meeting with Apple CEO Tim Cook earlier this week. This comes after Apple announced it was shifting some production from China to India and Vietnam, rather than the US. That's your trade news update. We'll continue to monitor this developing story.